Welcome to Car Comparos. Today we'll be comparing two automatic hatchbacks, the Honda Brio AT versus the WagonR AMT. Pricing and features. Brio is available in the automatic guise only with the VX80 top-end variant, which retails for 7.6 lakh rupees on road Delhi. WagonR's flagship variant, the VXi AMT O, retails for 5.6 lakh rupees, which is a mind-blowing 2 lakh rupees cheaper than the Brio VX80. In spite of the massive price difference, Brio VX just has a couple of extra features over the WagonR VXi like Bluetooth, steering wheel switches and alloy wheels, whereas it misses out on the rear washer and wiper that is present in the WagonR VXi. Performance and drivability. WagonR's 998cc K10 engine is simply no match to the Honda's extraordinary 1.2-litre iVTEC mill. What lets the Brio down is that Honda decided to stick with the age-old torque converter gearbox instead of shifting to a CVT unit like they did in the Amaze facelift. WagonR, on the other hand, has one of the best calibrated AMT setups amongst all Maruti cars. That being said, WagonR's shifts are still not as jerk-free as the Brio's, and due to its 200cc disadvantage, performance is also marginally weaker than the Brio. But considering its tremendous efficiency advantage, the shortfall in smoothness and performance is well worth the sacrifice. Fuel efficiency. The WagonR AGS Automatic has an ARAI certified mileage of 20.5 kmpl, which is a whopping 4 kmpl more than the Brio AT. Credit goes to the WagonR's cutting-edge AMT gearbox, which is just as efficient as a manual, unlike Brio's efficiency-sapping conventional torque converter unit. In our real-world tests, the WagonR was almost 3 kmpl more efficient than the Brio. This equates to a savings of 85,000 rupees on petrol costs over a usage of 75,000 kilometers. Reliability and after-sales service. Both Suzuki and Honda have a stellar track record for vehicle reliability established painstakingly over decades. Honda, in fact, is renowned around the world for the bulletproof reliability of its products. However, in India, Maruti holds the upper hand thanks to a widespread 2000 plus touchpoint network compared to Honda's 200 and better control over its dealers, ensuring more systematic and disciplined service for its customers. Resale and cost of ownership. 5 to 7-year-old WagonRs hold outstanding resale value in the market, selling for more than 2.5 lakh rupees today. Brios, on the other hand, hold mediocre resale value, with 2012 specimens selling for around 3 lakh rupees. Expect both cars to fetch similar resale value in 2022. With almost 1 lakh rupee extra expenditure on fuel and 2 lakh rupee higher depreciation, it is no surprise that a Brio VX80 ends up costing almost 3 lakh rupees or 48% more than a WagonR AMT in terms of total cost of ownership. Space and comfort. Both cars fall short in terms of providing a spacious interior to the occupants. WagonR has excellent knee room and excessive headroom, but it is too narrow to squeeze in a fifth passenger in the rear even for small distances. Brio, on the other hand, has generous amounts of space in the front and a supportive rear seat, but is found lacking on rear knee room even for average Indian adults. Not to forget, both cars have pathetically small boot space. Even the cheaper Renault Kwid has almost twice as much boot volume as these two. Handling and ride quality. The Brio has immensely superior dynamics compared to the WagonR. WagonR's excessively tall height and extremely narrow track makes it highly susceptible to body roll. This not only makes it awful to pilot around the bends, it actually makes it quite dangerous to throw around the corners. To prevent the WagonR from toppling over, Maruti engineers have had to stiffen up its suspension, destroying its ability to absorb bumps and ruts, making it highly uncomfortable for the rear passengers. The Brio, on the other hand, is quite enthusiastic around the bends, but is let down by a feather-light steering setup devoid of much feel or feedback. Its small footprint makes it susceptible to big bumps and ruts, but overall the ride handling is still way better than the WagonR's. Which brings us to the verdict. Both these cars fall woefully short on some very basic requirements of car buyers. WagonR on dynamics, stability and safety, while the Brio falls short on practicality and value for money, which is why we would strongly advise you to stay away from both these cars. Instead, we would recommend the Kwid AMT or even a Celerio AMT any day. If you are intending to buy the WagonR for just 40,000 rupees more, you can get a much safer, balanced handling car with practical 236 liters of boot space, superior highway stability, and much better bump absorption than the WagonR if you opt for the Celerio. If you are considering a Brio, the Celerio AMT offers you almost 2.5 lakh rupees lower cost of ownership thanks to a 23.1 kmpl of ARAI certified fuel efficiency, better service support, more spacious rear seat, and a bigger boot than the Brio. That is why both the WagonR and the Brio turn out to be the losers in this comparo.